My name is Jason Lopes. I'm the lead systems engineer at Legacy Effects. What I'm responsible for is all of the 3D scanning, 3D printing, and the overall workflow and pipeline of the design room into the physical fabrication of the workshop. So any day, it's basically managing all the data that we're either creating in-house or scanning from in-house out of house and getting it through the design pipeline and figuring out what technologies, what materials that we were going to output that into a 3D printable format in. I started by going to an art school after I was shooting skateboard videos as a kid with me and my friends and thinking I wanted to make movies, which I do love to make. But as within everything, it's about networking, it's about all the people that you meet and just keeping in contact with people that I worked with throughout the years. It comes full circle. I basically, where I'm at now is a result of me running into someone that I worked with early on in my career and having a conversation with him at a later life and him telling me that we needed to be working together again. Oddly enough, I only have an associate's degree in specialized video and film technology. And I think there's something to be said for that. I didn't go a traditional schooling route. I went to an art school. From the art school, I got very hands-on and got right into industry. And I think there's something to be said about apprenticeships, working freelance things, and especially internships as well. Just learning from people that have been doing it, because that's the best knowledge that you can get. At the Art Institute in Philadelphia, I studied film and video. And it was lucky for me because it was at the time, one semester before me, they were still editing on a flatbed. When I got there, the first Avid systems came out. So it was right when film, television, and computers were all circling around each other and then ultimately just crashed together. And I was very lucky to have that timing, to have that around me. Well, actually, while I was in college, I worked for a wedding video company just to make some money helping out the camera lady. But my first job out of college was working for a company that worked for A&E and the History Channel, and I had the pleasure of packing VHS tapes in the shipping department. From there, I instantly raced through the ranks within that company and then eventually was moved over to the graphics division of that company to later on figure out that I wanted to get into the technical aspect of graphics and visual effects. The best thing about my job is, I take for granted every day what we're working on, and we work on so much. The one thing that I really look forward to and I like it back is the reactions to people when they see what we do. Because we work on things for sometimes over a year, and you forget how special it is, and then you instantly remember how special it is when you see the reaction of someone that's just watched it. The more difficult things about my job is doing the impossible and on a deadline. We have very limited hours to do what we're supposed to do because, the thing is, we hand over to a production, so it's not about us. It's about providing what's needed for that production. So when someone hires us, we go above and beyond to give them more than what they asked for and to deliver it better than they thought they were going to get. So that takes a toll because while there's many people on the team, each person's role, there's stages it has to go through. So if I'm not on my game and if I make a mistake, it's going to affect downstream, which is not a good thing on the team, and vice versa for the people before me getting me that data. So that's the hardest thing, is just learning how to work within the team, learning how to just brush things off if they don't go the way that you thought they were going to go. You always come up with the plan B. That's what it's about. You can't sit there and just get so upset about it. It's really, the learning how to handle creating things, being the best human you can. Because it's a whole team. That's all I can stress. It's a really interesting thing. I get asked a lot of times what it takes, what you need on the resume to work for our company and to work in my department. And the one thing that I can't stress enough is, these, at least where I'm from, a lot of the people that I interview, a lot of the kids that I interview, come out of their training, out of their education, expecting the big piece of pie. They don't understand coming up through the ranks. They don't understand learning from people that have been doing a craft for so many years and the knowledge that they'll get out of it. Everyone wants to be the top player all the time, and that's not what it's about. Like, it's about teamwork to get the collaboration done to come up with something beautiful. So what I look for from people that want to work with us is attention to detail. Like when I'm talking, explaining a process to a person, if I see them writing it down, that's big points for me. When I see people just nodding at me, yesing me, they're going to remember everything. I know that's impossible because we're all humans. We can't remember everything. You're going to get hit with so many things dynamically these days. So I just, go-getter, good network, good personalities too. It's, you don't have to be the life of the party, but you also need to come out of your shell a little bit as well. That makes a lot of people comfortable, especially when they're meeting you. So it's just, willing to just give 110%. I can't stress that enough. Where I come from, that's called the blue-collar mentality. That's how I was raised. If someone hires you to do something, you give them better. And I think in an artistic, creative world, when someone asks you to do something artistically or creatively, it's nice to give that extra 10% of wow that they never even thought.